Have you ever felt like you're rowing against the current, pushing harder and harder, but getting nowhere? What if that relentless struggle isn't a test of your strength, but a gentle whisper from heaven? A sign that you might be fighting something far greater than you realize, God's perfect plan for your life. Here are 5 signs you might be resisting God's divine direction. First, you experience the weight of constant struggle and exhaustion. You're tired, worn out, trying to make things happen that just won't budge. It feels like you're rowing upstream in a raging river, always fighting, never quite getting to shore. This endless pushing, it might not be a test of your strength, but an invitation to surrender. As the book of Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9 says, "The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps." That constant struggle. It could be God gently redirecting your efforts. Second, you see doors slamming shut unexpectedly. You had a clear vision, a perfect path laid out. But suddenly, opportunities disappear, relationships end, or roads you thought were certain just close. You feel confused, rejected, maybe even angry. Sometimes, God doesn't close a door to punish you, but to protect you, or to guide you to a better one. As it says in the book of Isaiah chapter 55, verses 8 and 9, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways and my thoughts than your thoughts." Third, there's a persistent lack of inner peace. You achieve things, you work hard, but a deep restlessness remains. A gnawing anxiety that won't go away. You might have success in the world, but your spirit feels unsettled, like a ship adrift without an anchor. True peace isn't found in controlling your circumstances, but in trusting God within them. The book of Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 and 7 tells us, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Fourth, you find an unwillingness to let go or change course. You know deep down something isn't right, or that you need to pivot. But fear, pride, or a stubborn attachment to what should be keeps you clinging to plans that are clearly failing. It's like holding onto a broken branch when there's a solid tree trunk right beside you. Your greatest freedom often begins when you finally loosen your grip on your own agenda. Jesus said in the book of Matthew chapter 16, verse 25, "For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it." And fifth, you feel a deep sense of isolation or disconnection. You might feel alone, even when surrounded by people. You're pushing away wise counsel, ignoring quiet nudges, or feeling a spiritual distance from God. This isn't just loneliness. It's a separation that comes from trying to navigate life without Him. When you feel far from Him, it's often because you've stopped drawing near, allowing your own will to create a silent wall. The book of James chapter 4, verse 8 says, "Draw near to God, and He will draw near to you." If any of these signs resonate with your heart today, know this: God isn't against you. He's for you. And He's calling you to a path of less resistance and greater peace. If you're ready to surrender your fight, type "I surrender, Lord" in the comments. It's easy to believe that your path is the only path. But God's vision for you is always grander, always more loving, always leading to true fulfillment. The resistance you feel isn't a dead end, it's a divine redirect. A loving hand guiding you away from harm and towards your truest purpose. Embrace the surrender. Trust the process. And watch as His unseen plan unfolds into something more beautiful than you could ever imagine. If you're ready to embrace His plan, type "Thy will be done" below. If this message spoke to you, don't scroll past it. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe to the Bible in a Minute for more spirit-led stories.